Right, now, here's the reality. When you recruit, okay, so make sure you've all got your pens and your pads with you, because that's really, really important. So when you're recruiting and by the way, this applies to all social media, okay? So a lot of the stuff I do leans itself towards Facebook, but you know, the principles are all the same, okay? So when you are recruiting, you can either lead with products, okay? Or you can lead with the business, okay? Like I said, sorry, it's back to front, okay? So if you are looking to introduce a new team member to your business, there's two things you can do. You can lead with the products and services. That means you can acquire a new customer. Once you've acquired them as a customer, you can let them know there is a business opportunity attached to it. Or you can lead with the business. So you can go straight in and you can pitch people on your business. And then once they've joined your business, you can obviously get them to purchase products and services, as all distributors do. Now, here's the thing, and this is the reality. Most people on social media, in fact, probably 100% of people on social media are used to being consumers. Okay? That means they're used to buying products and services. As opposed to a very, very small percent, it might be 5 to 10%, okay, have considered being a business owner, okay? And that's really, really important. So even though I use both these tactics, I think for the average distributor, for the average rep, the best way to recruit more people on Facebook is to introduce new product users and new service users. That means acquiring the customer, okay? Building the trust and rapport, then going back to them and letting them know that there's a business opportunity attached, okay? Now, here's the thing. When I look at my activity, I would say 95% of people who I have recruited on social media, on Facebook, have become a consumer first. They've become a customer. They have subscribed to my services. They have reached out to me. They've seen content that I have created, which funnels them to me as a new service user. Okay, I've attracted a new customer through the content that I've created. Once I have acquired them as a customer, they have had 2 exposures already to the business before they've even signed up as a partner or a rep or a distributor or an agent, because they've had an exposure to me and they've had an exposure to the services that my company offers, okay? That's the beauty of customer acquisition first, then going back to them to talk about the business. Because if you get them as a customer first, they've already had the exposure of you, they've had the exposure of your amazing products and services, and they've already had exposure to the competency of your company. So what you have created here by leading with the products is raw material for a distributor. Yeah? So by leading with your products and services, you have created raw material for a new distributor. Don't forget, everyone, it doesn't matter who they are, whether they're a doctor, a dentist, a biker, a musician, an artist, whatever they are, okay? So the good news here is it doesn't matter who you're talking to, okay? Everyone's a consumer, and the likelihood is no matter who you're talking to, okay, these people have probably consumed your products and services, all right? So, you know, if you are working in groups, for example, don't be worried about going into a group that might be dedicated maybe dedicated to musicians, for example, because the likelihood is that musicians live with somebody or know somebody who uses your products and services, which means you can bring a musician on board and you can still introduce them to your business, okay? So if you're selling makeup in your business, you don't necessarily have to go into makeup groups to try and find consumers. And I think that's where a lot of people go confused on Facebook, okay? If they're selling lipstick and face creams, why are you just working in groups that have lipstick, people who are interested in lipstick and face creams, okay? Musicians probably use lipstick and, does that make sense? Okay, that's really, really important, okay? So, but here's the key. Here's the key. And by the way, we're going to get to this in a minute. So if you are leading with the product, which I think is a whole lot easier, okay? There's something that you've got to get very, very good at doing, okay? So if you are creating content that attracts people to your products and services, because 100% of people on Facebook are consumers, okay? You've got them as the customer, you've got the raw material for a distributor, but you really need to know what they do for a job. You need to know what they do for a job, because once you've taken somebody through the process of becoming a product user or a service user of yours, you want to be able to go back to them, okay, on Facebook and say, hey, look, thank you for becoming my customer, or thank you for becoming a continued customer of mine. By the way, okay, something you should know, lots of other customers like you, or lots of other nurses like you, or lots of other musicians like you, or wherever you found them, whatever their job is, which is why you need to build rapport and get to know them. A lot of customers like you who are nurses, okay, are actually jumping on board as a rep. And we're actually paying them X amount of money for introducing other customers like you. So here's the thing, you're scratching that itch. Customers don't become distributors because they don't think they can do it, they haven't been pitched on it, they don't know it exists, they don't think they can sell it. But by going back and saying that to them, you scratch that itch. You solve that problem. Yeah? So lead with your products, acquire the new customer, get them familiar with your company, get them familiar with the purchasing process, get them familiar with you, okay? You've now got the raw material for a distributor. Go back to them, thank them for being the customer, and say, by the way, other customers, other people like you, or whatever your job is, are jumping on board as a rep, as a distributor, and we're paying them X, Y, Z for getting more customers like you. Would you be open to taking a quick look? And you'll find that most of your customers, if you give them the like you fear of missing out, will agree to look. Boom, you're now in prospecting mode, and you are now going to recruit more distributors through the raw material, which is the customers that you've gathered. Okay, easier, because 100% of people are consumers. All right, really important. But make sure you know what they do for a job. Make sure you know a little bit about their family, okay? And the thing is, when you're often selling to people on social media and Facebook, these things often get neglected. And if you don't get to know your customers, if you don't get to know the people who are purchasing from you, okay, it makes it quite tricky to go back to them and give them a relatable story, okay? So they've already had exposures. Now, here, if you're leading with the business, okay, if you're leading with the business, then remember, only 5 to 10% of people have ever considered being a business owner. So this is slightly harder. It can also be a little bit more spammy. Okay, it can get you into trouble. It can annoy people when you're pitching them on an MLM or a direct sales business, okay? And you're just sending out a million messages, all right? So if you want to lead with the business, okay, that means you don't want to go and find new customers direct. You want to literally just bring in reps, but you want to bring in good quality ones, not good quality, okay? The best way to do this, by the way, this is exactly what I do, okay? So what I do here, I get good at getting people to ask me, what do you do? That's what you've got to get good at. And this is what a lot of people fail at, because a lot of people believe that the way you recruit on social media is to send 20 messages a day to complete strangers about their opportunity. That doesn't work. What that does is it gets you blocked by Facebook, gets you put in Facebook jail, it kills your algorithm, it kills your company reputation, and it affects your brand, and you'll end up quitting and failing or running over to another company and trying to repeat the process all over again. Okay? So that's what most people do. They believe, because they're taught poorly by their leaders, send 20 messages out every single day. Okay? Wrong. That is not how you recruit on Facebook. The way you recruit on Facebook is by getting into 20 conversations per week. Okay? But not about your business. Because when you move in for people with motive, they sense it. There is an old expression, and I want you to write this down. If you want to become master recruiters, master prospectors, I want you to write this down. You do not have to be talking about your products and services and business opportunity to get people to buy and join you. Okay? I'll repeat that again. And you can write this in the comments thread. Okay? You can write this in the comments thread, right? You don't have to be talking about your products, services, and business opportunity to get people to buy from you and to join you. All right? You don't. You just have to focus on conversation. You are more likely to recruit people if you focus more on their story, on them, than you. But unfortunately, most people sell the way they've been sold to, which is poorly. So let me take the pressure off you. And this is where you really need to have all your team members on this training. Okay? This is really, really, really where you need to have your team members on this training. Okay? Focus on 20 brand new conversations with people who you're not yet doing business with. And what I want you to do, get into the habit of profiling the type of distributor you want on your business. Because you want to maintain integrity, you want to maintain good quality, you want to look for the right people, all right? You don't want needy people who are just looking for something free to join, because they bring very, very little. Most of the time, not always, most of the time, they bring very little to the team. So decide, do I want teachers? Do I want professionals? Do I want head teachers? Do I want doctors? Do I want business owners? Do I want rockers? Do I want single mums? Do I want young families? What do I want in my business? Okay? Don't just try and grab anything you can get hold of, because you just have a weak, poor quality business, okay? And so what you can do, once you've profiled the type of distributor you want in your business, you can go and find relevant groups. And again, if you're selling weight loss, you don't need to be in weight loss groups. If you're selling makeup, you don't need to be in makeup groups. If you're selling insurance, you don't need to be in boring groups where people are talking about their insurance policies. Okay? Because everybody needs extra income, or a lot of people need extra income, or they need to free up their time. Okay? So don't think that you have to be looking for people who are relevant to your industry. Okay? So let's say teachers, for example. Teachers make really, really good distributors, I think. Teachers make great distributors. So let's say that you wanted to recruit a stack of teachers into your business. Your first goal is, well, I want to have 20 conversations with 20 teachers this week. Okay? And I'm going to set you this as an exercise. I want to have 20 conversations with 20 teachers this week. Now, what you're not going to do is you're not going to pitch them on your business. Okay? You're going to focus on them and position them to say to you, what do you do? Because when a teacher asks you what you do, you can share your story and say, well, actually, this is what I used to do. Pivot it and say, and then one day I found this amazing business, okay, that helps people do X, Y, Z. And now, obviously, I'm in a much, much better position. Because that's how you share your story. That's what you say. When somebody asks you, what do you do? I don't know why in network marketing people freak out when people ask you what you do. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. Why are we in a profession where we freak out about what to say when someone asks us what we do? Do you know how many times I go, David, what do you say when somebody asks you what you do? Well, what does a police officer say? When somebody says, what do you do? They go, I'm a police officer. Okay? Simple. Now, for us, it's a little bit more complicated because people don't understand what it is we do. Okay? Only 5 to 10% have ever thought about running their home-based business. People's brains aren't wired for our language. So the only way, if you're going to have 20 conversations with 20 teachers, okay, throughout the week, and I'm going to teach you how to get those conversations, to get them to say, so what is it you do? Well, when they ask, you have to share your story. Yeah? So when a teacher says to you, so if a teacher said to me, and it's quite apt, so what do you do? I don't go, well, I help people save money in utilities, or I have a home-based part-time business, or I'm a network marketer. No, I don't say that. What I say is, well, actually, many years ago, I was a teacher by trade. I did that for 10 years. Unfortunately, I had a pretty bad experience. So I decided to come out of teaching. And one day, a good friend of mine actually introduced me to this company, which allowed me to work from home. It allowed me a bit more time freedom. It was basically helping homes and families and businesses reduce their household spend. I love it because I'm helping people. I've managed to be able to retire from my job and I've got a lot more freedom now. And I absolutely love it. Okay? That's what, if someone asked me what I do, that's what I'd say. And if they were a nurse or a teacher, I'd say, actually, we've got quite a lot of nurses like yourself in our business. And some of them are really crushing it. I mean, it may or may not be for you, but if you had 2 minutes, would you have a look and give me your feedback? How easy is that? I don't understand. I don't understand why that's hard. I don't understand why we can't do that. What is it you're looking for? Are you looking for a magic word that will make somebody join you? It doesn't exist. Yeah? There's no magic words. There's no magic scripts. There's no 1, 2, 3 step formula. There's no, secret, you don't have to prospect anyone to join your business. They don't exist. It's effing hard work and you have to do it solidly. You have to work solidly. Okay? But it is simple. It is simple. It's hard work, right? It's hard work, but it is simple. It is simple to go into a teacher's forum, identify a group of contributors who are making some really good quality posts, and I'm teaching you how to lead with your business here, okay? It's really easy to go into a teacher's group and identify different posts that they've made, content that you genuinely like. I'm not talking about being false, okay? Like and comment on that post. Drop them a Facebook friend request, like their picture, and send them a message. Say, look, I'm part of that group. I've got a kid as well in my school. I really loved what you said about that post. It really resonated with me. Thank you so much for sharing it. And by saying that to a teacher, they're probably going to respond. Now, they might not be the most open person in the world, but some of them will. And you'll get into a conversation with people and they'll see your content and you'll have a conversation. And some of them will take an interest in you, because what we like, we are interested in people who are interested in us. If someone pays me attention, I'm really interested to find out more about that person. If someone's like, so Dave, what do you do? Tell me, I want to know more about your business. I'll be like, well, I want to know a bit more about your business as well. So, you know, if you are paying attention to people, they will pay attention to you. Yeah? So, you know, I get all the cliches and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is, this is the reality. This is the reality of it. Okay? So, dead easy. You want to start recruiting teachers, and the same works for any other profession. Go into a teachers group, identify a group of people who are making really good contributions, and connect with them and thank them and pay them some attention. Feed their ego a bit, but don't be disingenuous. Okay? Start talking to people and clean up your personal profiles as well. Clean up your personal profiles. Really, really important. Okay? Because all those people out there who keep saying it's not about your personal profile, it's about pages, it's about groups. Well, where do people go when they want to check you out? Where's the first place employers go? Where's the first place friends and followers and people you're sending messages to? Where's the first place they go to when you message them to check you out? They go to your personal profile. So the next time somebody tells you personal profiles aren't important, you say, go and have a word with David. All right? Because they are. So clean them up, because that's where people are going to look. It's like your CV. Okay? First thing I do, I will always go and check out people's personal profiles. So clean them up, get good with your content, okay? So you want 20 conversations this week with teachers? Go and find a handful of teachers who are making great content and compliment them and be nice to them, okay? And when they say, what do you do or what is it you're into, don't tell them that you're in MLM. Or direct sales, or I help people with health and wellness issues. Share your story. Say, well, actually, many years ago I did this. This was my situation. I wasn't in a good place. Because they'll resonate with it. If you say, I run a home-based business, right, to a teacher, right, and I'm an ex-teacher myself, they won't have a clue. That won't compute in their head. Okay? It doesn't compute in people's heads a lot of the time. With anybody, not just teachers, I'm using them as an example. Could be anyone, a pub landlord. You go, I run a home-based business helping people in health and nutrition. That will not, their brains will not be wired for that information. But if you go, well, my life used to be really shit because this happened and this was down and I was down on my luck and so I left it. And then one day I discovered this thing and I started being able to help people doing X, Y, Z, and now, you know, it's great. I've got time freedom. So, you know, you've got to understand your story. Because when those guys, those teachers, those nurses, those professionals, those taxi drivers, those bus drivers, those unemployed people, the gardener, the plumber, the electrician, the film star that doesn't get any work anymore, the bus driver, the tree surgeon, when they say to you, so what is it you do? What is it you do? Okay? Share your story. Because they will be able to relate to that. Okay? But they won't be able to relate to, I run a part-time home-based business helping people do health and nutrition. Yeah? Okay? They won't. And just share your story in 90 seconds. They always want to share their story with you, don't they? People are all, you know, when you ask people how they are or what they do or how their life is, don't they go on for hours about all the crap that's happened to them, okay? You're doing exactly the same thing, but you're just putting a positive spin on it, yeah? Have you ever said to somebody, how are you, what's going on in your world, what's going on in your life, what do? You get a whole goddamn spiel of negative crap, yeah? So don't you be afraid to spend 90 minutes, excuse me, not 90 minutes, that would be a bit long, 90 seconds telling someone your story. Someone says to me, David, what do you do? I'll go, well, I used to be a high school teacher. Did it for quite a few years, worked my way up the ladder. All my friends were earning a lot more money than me, and I was kind of becoming a bit disheartened. And then I had a bad experience, so I decided to leave, and a good friend of mine showed me this business opportunity which involved helping homes and families do XYZ. It looked great, it looked recession proof, so I did it. And yeah, now I've got time freedom. I work, part-time, 15 hours a week, and I can spend time with my kids. It's great, blah, 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 whatever your story is, you see. And then you can say, well, look, actually, do you know what? Interestingly enough, I've got a couple of Sparkies like you. I've got a couple of electricians like you actually in my business. Some of them are doing well. Probably won't be for you, because it probably won't be. There's nothing wrong, by the way, with saying it probably won't be for you. But if you had 2 minutes, would you have a quick look if I pinged you over a quick video? And people will agree to look. Yeah? People will agree to look. That's how you recruit. You don't recruit by sending 20 links a day out. Yeah? Some absolute muppet. Okay? If you go after this, right? After this, and I've left it on deliberately, okay? And I can't tell you because my phone's here. But go and look at the post that I made this morning. So I made a post this morning saying, I'm going live tonight. This is the topic. Do you want to join me? And some muppet, okay, literally just popped his link to his business on that thread. Jade just been to see. And do you know what? And he did it 6 times. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I did in true David Ross fashion, all right, I deleted 5 of them, and I've just left 1 up there for you because I want you to understand exactly what a true muppet, yeah, is. All right? I want you to understand what a network, what marketing wally actually is, so you understand. All right? Tool does not begin to explain what this individual actually is. And do you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care. And do you know what? If he's watching, I don't care either. We can have a conversation about it, because it's the only way I'm going to be able to teach people, all right, the right way and the wrong way. How people survive, how people live in this world being that way, I can't, no. Honestly, I can't understand it. I can only hope and pray that I save more people. Yeah? But go and look. Go and look. It's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah. And you'll have similar things in your inbox as well. But I'm going to start doing that now. Every time. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start calling people out now. So when things like that start happening and I start getting these messages, I'm going to call people out and I'm going to start sharing with you some of the stuff that's out there. It's fantastic. Honestly, it's great. Do you know what we should do? Do you know what we should do as like a little gang, right? All of you guys and me. We should start a little... What do you think about starting a virtual scrapbook? How would that sound, right? What we'll do, we'll create a virtual scrapbook of all the shitty messages that we get unsolicited that land in our inboxes. Okay, all the crappy, spammy, stuff that we get, right? We'll create a digital scrapbook, and what I'll do is I'll get it published. I'll publish it as a training manual. How funny would that be? That would be so funny, wouldn't it? Right, here we go. Last assignment. What would that book be called? So, you're going to send me all your rubbish, horrible, unsolicited messages, right? And we're going to create a digital scrapbook online. We'll publish a hardback book. We'll publish a hard copy too, okay? What's it called? I want a name. I want a name. Something like I don't know. See, I'm on the spot now. The shitty guide to network marketing messages. The Muppets guide. It could be the dummiest guide. No, it can't be the dummy's guide to direct messaging, because that would imply that we'd have to make it nice and easy for people to do. Numpty nonsense. I like that. How not to network market. Yes, Jay. Very, very clean there. I like that. Yeah. I need a good title. Yeah. I need a good title. The never ending. At least you can't have that. It doesn't make sense. It's funny, but it's got to apply. Loser links. Loser links. That's good. I like that. Tools. Yeah, I get that, Keith. I get that. That's quite harsh. I mean, because that could be about like hammers and nails and stuff. The Idiot's Guide to Being an MLM Idiot. Great one, Keith. I like that. Dickhead's direct. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That could be really offensive. I need to be careful on these lives because I don't want to offend anyone. Dickhead's Guide to Direct Sales. Oh, gosh. Well, all right, so look. The clown's message. Very good. Excellent. How not to be a numpty. Look at it. You love it, don't you? You're getting all that anger and frustration out. I like that. I love it. Guys, anyway, feel free. The Muppet Show. Tracy, you can't do that. The Muppet Show is one of my most favourite shows. That's desecration, but I get you thinking. Right, you guys continue to share your awesome titles for our new virtual scrapbook. And what I want you to do, once you've put yours in, go back through my thread and like anyone else's title. Would you do that for me? All right. So once you put yours in, okay, go back and look at other people's titles and like ones that you would like to pick. Okay. And maybe we could do something with that. So I hope you found that useful this evening. I hope you got some really good information. I hope you've got a little bit more of an insight into how I conduct myself on social media when it comes to recruiting new people in the business. I've shared with you exactly what I do this evening and how I use the process to recruit more people. You know, each and every one of you can do exactly the same thing. You know, this is not, I'm not special, I'm not super talented. You know, I just work hard and I'm very consistent and I do the right activity regularly. And you guys can all do that as well. You know, this is not a special secret thing that only I can do. What I share with you, all the information that I share with you is highly duplicatable. You can, each and every one of you can do it. A brand new team member who joined your team tomorrow could do it. Yeah? Does that make sense? Okay, so is everyone cool? You've enjoyed tonight's training, yeah? If you do try anything that I share with you and it works, do feel free to write to me, drop me an inbox, let me know. It's always good to hear from you guys. And I know we've had a little bit of fun. I know we swore a bit tonight, haven't we? We've used the D word, the S word. Yeah, we've used some. We're getting a bit edgy, aren't we? I might have to start giving some of these lives like certificates. Like, this Facebook Live has been classified 18, which means it's unsuitable for anybody under the age of 18. An 18 Facebook Live may contain graphic scenes of... like the guy at the beginning. That guy, yeah, those of you who are old enough to remember VHS will remember that guy. Do you remember the guy? Those of you who are 80s children will remember... Yeah, most of you won't have a clue because you were kind of born in the DVD age. But those of you who remember VHS, the guy with the glasses at the beginning, this film has been classified 18, which means it's unsuitable for anybody under that age. An 18 film may contain graphic scenes of sex, violence and nudity, which can be offensive to some viewers. So, please don't ask your video store to break the law. Video certificates are there to give you the choice to be informed and entertained. Enjoy the movie. That was it, literally. That's called photographic memory. Anyway, there you go. I've entertained you this evening. Right, okay, so take care. Have a good evening. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's training, and I can't wait to see you all soon. Love you lots and lots. Take care. Good night. See you soon, guys. Bye. Bye.